I've got my new Tektro 4-finger grips. Pretty nice. They got a little rubber padding on the back here, and I don't know if that's supposed to be loose like that or not. But, oh well. You get what you pay for. But the thing I was worried about with this thing here and the grip is to whether I was going to be able to get my fingers around it. So yeah, I can get 3 on there, 4 if you choke, but 3 will work. Okay, we're gonna try something. I've got my wheel set up and I've got my camera overhead so I can little spoke today. I've got my are these in frame? No. Well, they're off to the right. And I've got my I'm using some polyurea grease, which is high temperature, high pressure grease. I use it on the big scoots for when you have to torque down, like on the T-Max, on the big scooter, the constant velocity hub. It's like 150 pounds of PSI on the torque. So I'll make certain get out of it. They look like they're all the same. I ordered 263s, but they measure out at about, or not 263, yeah, 263, but they measure, no, 236s, and these measure out closer to 238s, so it might be better for me, so just a little dab will do you. If you're old enough to remember Wild Root Cream Oil Charlie. Okay, I got a little can here to hold this thing, and so as I tried to mumble the other day, I got it in half here, and I counted over 1, 2, 3. So this is my key spoke for the downers. And so it's going to go in, and it's going to go to 2. Can you see this? Yeah. 1, 2 to the other side of the spoke hole, and we'll put it 3 or 4 in there. And that will be what they call the leading, or I would call the power, because this is the hub and it's going to be going this way, and so it's going to be putting tension on these guys. So let me go ahead and put in the next one. We go 1, skip 1, 1, 2, 3, 4. I'll show you one more, and then I'll do this off camera. Next one's down. 1, 2, 3, 4. Put some on. I'll go ahead and do a round, and then we'll come back. And we'll come back for the last spoke here. Grease a nipple on the next one. Last one, or every other one. 1, 2, 3, 4. And we got 1, 2, 3, 4 the next one, so that one came out correctly. Okay, now we're going to flip the rascal over without destroying anything. And here's K2, which is on the other side of K1. Let me check this again. Yeah, K1 is here, splits the difference between here K2 is that way, and it's the next one. It's another Audi. And it goes right here. I got it marked. It goes next to the valve hole. And so it's the same thing on around. Next one over. 1, 2, 3, 4. It would go in next to the one previous. And just continue that on around. We'll come back when I get all of these done. Okay, we finished up on this side with K2, and we went 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, all the way around. 1, 2, 3, 4. I jumped one there. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep. Over it. Those are all the leading or tension spokes, as I'd like to call them. So now we'll flip it over and start on the I guess it would be the compression spokes, the braking spokes. So these are going to be shifting. So it's just going this way. Nope, they're going that way. Okay, the hub is going to be rotating this way, so these guys are going to be going around there. So now let's go do what I was alluding to the other day with the old spokes in the tire. Was we had K3 here, but K3 is an innie. It's nice to have this table, and it's 1, 2, and in the hole here. Now I'm trying to decide whether or not to go under or over. I'm going to, just for shits and grins, I'm not going to put it bend in it. I'm going to go around and see how this, so now we're getting our set for this direction. So now we'll just continue on around, and we'll come back and to see whether or not I'm going to flip these over and go 1, 2 under and then crossed. Seems like you're putting a lot of tension in the middle. If you did took a physics class and you had the mountain climber problem about how much slack he should have between his pitons, you'll understand what I'm saying. When you put tension on, push on something that's got already tension in the middle. So let me go ahead and continue this round. Going back to I've never heard anybody say one way or the other. I guess I can be spoken while I'm talking here. One way or the other. Or I think I've only come across one person who's actually said why they 1, 2, 3, 4, which would be another crossover if I was going to do that. And so we're starting to get a little tighter here. As to whether or not it matters, one guy said it keeps the spokes from bending out, but that would only depend on which way you laced them. If this one went under that one and the wheel is compressed, well, then this one would come out with and hit the chain. Or if you didn't do it and it came out and this one would hit the chain. So I don't know. We'll come back after I get this one side to see whether or not I'm going to change. Okay, I've got this side all done. They're all 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. I decided I am not going to cross under it because when I tried one, this spoke, in order to go underneath this one, would had to be bent, had the crap bent out of it. I'll say it with my French. So I'm going to leave them unbent. I mean, it was going to be to get this one under this one, it was going to take, you can see how much longer it would come out. It'd have to take some severe bending to get it to go under. So screw that. So we'll flip it over and go back to this one, which was K4, and it'll go over here. So it's another innie. Really helps working on the table here. Get over here. And it goes over 1, 2 cross. And now we're starting to get a little more tension on here to where we'll have to start using some sort of spoke extender to get them in. There, I got to get a little screwdriver. We'll come back when I finish this side, but it's basically, I'll go to this one and 4 over, which is only 1 hole left, so we'll come back. Okay, she's all in. Everything looks symmetrical. X, 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 X. All the holes are filled. We got 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, both sides. Oops. And I gotta go check, see where that guy, I think it came out from one of the other sides over here. So same thing. XX, 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 XX. I got my gap here at my valve hole. So I got a kind of a widening triangle, widening triangle, widening triangle, widening triangle. So it's, I think I've done it correctly. Now I just gotta take off all my little, I'll have to take alcohol to the rim here when I get done to get off all the grease and all the other stuff that I put on. So well, you don't need to see me do that, but yeah, it came out. And there's a 2 cross. And like I said, I'm going to go without the underneath. It may come back to haunt me, but I don't know. Maybe. It's almost like these outer ones need to go underneath the inner ones to keep them from bowing. I may change my mind here. So, but it'd be severe bending to have to do it. So we'll see how it goes. Things look a lot better now when I went around on these outer ones and gave them a squeeze like that. That brought them in. They're not quite so bowed out anymore. So now that I've got this thing, I pulled it off to make certain that the gears or the alignment marks are still lined up. But now I guess I can go ahead and put this on. And the ring. And then work on this. So you need a screwdriver, so let me go get a screwdriver. Okay. Probably work better if that little There we go. Okay. That's in, the letter's out. So that part's done. I want to put in the rest of the stuff here and set it up on the frame and then start tuning the forks. Or tuning the spokes. I'll get this right.